gang, what's up? Welcome back to another edition here of Intuitive Angling. Thanks a lot for taking a little bit of time to watch the video. And today we are going to talk about the hurricane coming up into Florida that's going to affect the Bassmaster Open on Lake Heartwell next week. I'm going to give you guys some thoughts about that. It might even help you catch some fish down the road sometime. But hey, real quick before you get started, just want to give you guys the daily reminder, man. Please, if you'd like to help the channel out, one of the best ways you can do it is to click on the View Products tab that we have here. That little tab at the bottom of the screen says View Products. It's a bunch of products I think you guys might be interested in, and just clicking on those products and checking them out is a really good way to help the channel out. Much appreciated. Okay guys, what's going on is we got that hurricane Ian, I believe it's called, making its way up into Florida. It's gonna, I guess, make landfall here, in the next few days. I'm not sure. Nobody really knows at this point how big it's going to get. It looks like a pretty major hurricane, but the main thing about this video is that it's tracking right up to get up into South Carolina around Lake Heartwell. Probably, I'm going to guess, sometime around this coming weekend here. So our tournament, I'm leaving Sunday to go to the tournament and start practice on Monday. I'm sure a bunch of guys are probably even already down there practicing. So there's a lot of guys that are going to be affected by that. So what I wanted to do is talk a little bit about how this is going to affect the tournament and what's happened before in other tournaments. Because I fished several tournaments over the years, in October actually, on the East Coast, where hurricanes played a major role in that. The first Bassmaster tournament I ever won down at Bugs Island Lake in late 1989, Hurricane Hugo came up, and that's what raised the lake level in October and flooded the lake out, and that's how I won the tournament, is flipping that flooded cover from Hurricane Hugo. So hurricanes can have a major impact on the fisheries on the east, anywhere that they hit, but particularly in the fall time of the year on the East Coast. So here's sort of my thought on the situation, what we're going to have here. A lot of it depends on the amount of wind and rain that they get with the hurricane. I mean, hurricanes can deliver a tremendous amount of rain it depends how fast they're moving. But obviously on a lake like Heartwell, Heartwell is going to filter it out more than a lot of lakes, just because of the sheer size of it. Heartwell is a giant lake. It fishes big. There's a lot of deep, clear water in it. So from that standpoint, it's not going to be the same effect that it would have on like a flatter lake like Bugs Island. But here's how I see the situation going down. Like I said, I was not looking forward to this tournament before the hurricane, because it's got live scope written all over it. But I'm pretty excited now. I'm hoping that hurricane rolls through there and just freaking dumps a ton of rain on the Lake Heartwell area, because what that's going to do is going to open up a lot more options. And it's literally going to open up options all over the lake. It doesn't matter if you're fishing down on the lower end of the lake by the dam or up the rivers or whatever. If you have a tremendous amount of rain in that shorter period of time, it's going to bring a lot of rising dirty water into the lake. So you can have, some of those coves or creeks down by the dam that has super clear water. They may dirty up in the back ends of there, and it may open up some opportunities depending upon how much the lake comes up. That's another scenario that could unfold. But the thing about that is, a lake as big as Heartwell, it takes a tremendous amount of rain for that place to rise significantly, because it is, down right now. So a lot of it also depends on how long the system stays around and how long the cloud cover hangs around, because even if they don't get a tremendous amount of rain that has much of an impact on the runoff or the water clarity, the cloud cover could also open up some additional patterns. So it's just another one of those things, guys, in bass fishing. There's always an uncontrolled variable, and the weather is one of those uncontrolled variables, and you have to fish the conditions. This tournament, it's like I said, it's going to change things up. It's not going to be as cut and dried as it was before, where everybody's going to be down on the lower end of the lake live scoping the main lake looking for school and spotted bass. It's going to open up some other stuff for for some real bass fishing instead of video game fishing. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the weather as the week rolls along. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll give you guys the practice reports every day, tournament reports, and hopefully we can all learn something, from the way this tournament rolls around. So again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated, and we'll check in later. See you.